everybody. Welcome back. Just call the wedding off. Call it off, babe. Call it off. This groom wedding speech, or I should say his vows, went viral for all the wrong reasons. And you will see why in a second.
When the groom said this earlier in the wedding day.
Anything you want to say to your future bride?
I hope we have a lot of sex. A lot.
I should have known his vows were gonna go like this.
You're screwed.
Only two things are required to keep me happy. Keep my belly full and my balls empty. Though you're amazing at half of it, we really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Since the beginning, I was always told, life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
Michael.
P.S. Since you're so good at making decisions like marrying me, you can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster, strudel, or a Twinkie.
Alrighty. Being that I am his mom, I will deal with him later. He is grounded. By all means.
I'm not his mom and I'm grounding him. Like, are we freaking kidding me right now? Are you for real? Be freaking for real. Those were not your wedding vows. There's a difference between wedding vows and wedding speeches, okay? Wedding vows, you're supposed to profess your love for the other person, talk about what they mean to you, talk about how excited you are to spend the rest of your life with them. You don't do that. Like, whatever that is, like, I'm guessing maybe that's his sense of humor, but there's a time and a place, all right? There's a time and a place for jokes like that, and it is certainly not in front of your mom, not during your wedding vows, and not in front of, like, a bunch of people. And, like, oh my gosh, like, wow, really? I need to see what everybody else says. Like, please tell me that I'm in the right in this. That is actually sad because he only talked about her physical and not that he loved her, not anything like that. That's why it's literally so sad to me. Like, I understand wedding toasts can be roasts, all right? The best wedding toasts are a little roasty, not the vows. All right, we have a response from the bride. So I'm the bride, and no, this isn't a red flag. We've been together 10 years now and decided to get married right before our 10th year. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your wedding.
But girlfriend,
you deserve better than that.
like, come on now.
That's so inappropriate. Now I need to know what hers was. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. I would be horrified. Jesus Christ. The Margot Robbie comment would make me scream, literally. He did not mention one personality trait about her, like not one. All right, this is literally how not to give wedding vows. Me and my husband have this sense of humor together, but our wedding vows, I'd be mortified. I second that. I'm mortified it wasn't even my wedding. In front of her family, bro. Like, literally. Ew! Ew! Also, 10 years is a long time. Walking away from the altar after that, literally. All right, we're gonna take a look at her vows and see the difference.
Knight in shining armor, my best friend, my biggest pain in the ass. Our venture started a little shy of 10 years ago, and in that 10 years, we have already accomplished so much together and created a beautiful life. When I met you in school, I started crushing on you, but I didn't dare let it be known because I thought you were too good for me. So I let it go. If they say if you truly love someone or something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, then it was meant to be. Now here you are standing in front of me on our wedding day. I'm more than thankful for every day with you. You have completely stolen my heart, and I honestly never want you to give it back. You are one of the most selfless, funniest, caring people I have ever met, not to mention very accident prone. We've created two of the most beautiful girls in this world together. We bought our first house. We've made it through the rough times and the good times. And since I have you, I know we will always make it through. Thank you for choosing me to create your life with. I know I'm no model, by far not a good cook, unless you want soggy meatloaf. And as we all know, I'm the real sleeping beauty with a temper. But thank you for loving me still, the way you do. You are literally making the fairy tale I always dreamed of come true. Well, maybe a little more funnier than I imagined, but it's still way more than I could ever ask for. I will forever want you rocking beside me when we're old, talking about our day, making jokes, recalling memories. If you could leave out the passing gas, though, I'd greatly appreciate it. I love you so much, Michael John Lentini, and I promise to choose you every day for the rest of my life and beyond that.
I really don't want to judge their relationship because obviously we are bystanders. We don't know everything about what goes on. I'm sure he loves her very, very much, but the way that she talked about him was very different than how he talked about her. First of all, the jokes that she made were lighthearted and funny. They weren't like repulsive. Ew.
Like literally, ew.
The problem with his vows is they were all about him. Her vows are also about him. Where is she in the vows? Her self-esteem shows why she's with him. I don't know. I wouldn't go too far. I would also say that she loves him a lot. His vows her vows. True. 10 years and that was his vows.
Yeah.
The way she even put herself down in her vows. Honestly, like I really didn't like hearing that. But I did like how she put humor in the vows. You know, nobody's feelings were hurt. They were like, haha, funny, farty, blah, 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 blah. You fart so much, it's so funny. That's what you make jokes about. Okay, you don't make jokes about everything else that he said. I know I'm no model, but thanks for loving me still. Ma'am, you're gorgeous. What on earth are you talking about? That's, yeah. To hear her talk about herself that way, like as if, oh, like, you know, he would love her more if she was a model or something. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Let's call the whole thing off. Okay? The bride, if you're watching this, you deserve better, baby cakes. And you're gorgeous. Shush! Murphalurf is Murphalurfing over in the corner, laughing at everything that walks by. My fiance spent our entire savings, which we both were saving for our wedding and honeymoon, to buy a gaming PC. What's worse is that ever since he got the PC, he's totally ignored me. He has absolutely forgotten that I even exist in his life. My heart breaks for you, my dear. My fiance and I got engaged in December last year. In January this year, we both decided together to save money every month for our wedding and honeymoon. In 6 months, we saved around $8,000. Last month, my fiance's best friend bought a new gaming PC, so even my fiance wanted to buy one. So he asked me and I denied it because we both already had laptops. I told him he can play games in the laptop he already has. He repeatedly kept asking me if he could buy a PC and I finally agreed to it. Now I regret it so badly. Oh no, you agreed? Oh babe, no! After a week, the PC finally came in. A new table and chair was also delivered. Apparently he had ordered a gaming chair and a table. Oh no. Give him an inch, they take a mile, you know what I'm saying? That night I asked him how much it cost and he was a little hesitant to tell me. After a while, he told me, and I was distraught when I heard that he spent our entire life savings of $8,000 to buy the PC. The fact that he thought that buying a gaming PC was more important than saving for your wedding. Sometimes I'm like, do guys even like women? If you thought it was more important to buy a gaming PC that you could play on with your friend, marry your friend. Literally marry your friend. It sounds like you'd be much happier that way. We had a big argument that night and I scolded him for spending all our savings because that savings contained not only his money, but my money as well. Call it off. Call it off, babe. Get the hell out of there. And we were saving it for our wedding. After I told him, his final reply was, I will earn it all back soon. I don't trust those words at all. Well, yeah, I mean, why would you have any reason to trust him at this point? Like, he took your money and spent it. I thought that anything worse than this couldn't happen at this moment, but it has. Oh, buddy. It's been 2 weeks since he got the PC, and since then, my fiance hasn't got up from his new chair. Ever since he got the PC, he hasn't even seen my face. The only time he talks to me is when he's hungry. Oh, no! He calls to me and tells me to get him something to eat/drink. Get it yourself! I call him to watch TV. He denies it by saying that he's busy. Busy doing what? Hanging out with your gaming husband? His sleep schedule's been screwed. He plays games the whole night, sleeps at 5 a.m., wakes up at 2 p.m. He's asleep when I'm awake. He's awake when I'm asleep. For the past 2 weeks, I've been so lonely that it feels like I'm alone at home and nobody even to talk to. He's ignoring me so much that I think he has absolutely forgotten that I exist in life. Right, because he would way rather hang out in a fantasy world with a bunch of his dudes than with you. Don't mean to sound harsh, but I mean, proof is in the pudding, honey. I honestly feel like his waitress nowadays because from the past 2 weeks, the only interaction we both have is him asking for food and water and me giving it to him. No, just pour it on his laptop. No, here's what you do. You take the laptop and you sell it without his permission. And then you also leave. He also has 100% stopped doing all the house chores. From the past 2 weeks, I've been the one doing all the house chores and it's getting very hard for me to do it all alone. We used to share our responsibilities and do all the house chores together. But from the past 2 weeks, he isn't even taking care of himself. He's barely even brushing his teeth and taking a bath. Ew! Oh man, what the hell is he even playing? What's he playing and what's he playing at? He's actually supposed to be working from home, but ever since the PC arrived, he hasn't even touched his laptop to work and he isn't seeing his phone to check if someone has called / text him anything regarding work. Right, so he's not earning the money that he promised to pay you back. I'm genuinely afraid he might lose his job. Everything that is happening right now is so bad. I called my parents and told them about it last night and they almost had nothing to say. I'm thinking of calling his parents tonight and telling it to them and maybe they can knock some sense into him. I don't know what else to do. I want to burn that PC. No, don't burn it. Sell it, babe.
Sell it.
And get the hell out of there. It would be very nice if someone suggested me something about this. Thank you very much for reading this. Thank you in advance for your comments and suggestions. Oh my God. Listen, it's very clear he has an addiction. All right, he's addicted to it. It's only been a couple of weeks. I feel like it could very well be salvageable, but you need to get rid of that PC. You also need to stop bringing him food and water. Like, just stop that. That's enough. Okay? Basta. And yeah, you need to talk to him about this. Like, don't complain to Reddit. Don't complain to the internet and everybody else. You got to have a chat. Like, literally say that if you do not respect my wishes right now and get off that computer, we're done. Like, literally give him that ultimatum because it's true. First, stop catering to him and giving him food and water. Make him get it himself. Try your best to have a conversation with him. Tell him to turn the damn thing off for 10 minutes and talk to you. That you're worried about how he's been acting for the last 2 weeks. If something doesn't change, go spend some time at your parents' or a friend's. Like, if it was just about the gaming, I would say that it's like less of a big deal, but it's also the fact that he took your money. I really don't like that. Not one bit, babe. If I did this to my wife, she'd probably straight up cut the computer in half with a chainsaw and say, I paid for half, so half is mine. Okay, but like, we're not getting to the root of the issue here, which is that now you guys don't have money to get married. But like, do you even want to marry this person now? I don't know. It's clear he has an addiction, but he also did that before he had an addiction, right? Back to this comment, better man about, though he sounds like a boy in a man's body. Yeah. If he feels it's more important to have an imaginary life in an imaginary world with a bunch of his dude friends that he talks to on the internet, then like, maybe you should just let him do it. It's sad. It's sad. This treating it like what it is, an addiction. The guy's following a classic addict behavior. OP is unknowingly enabling it, right? I'm telling you, he's an addict. OP, don't enable this guy for his own good and for yours. Read up on addiction. You'll see that the patterns are being expressed here. Gaming addiction is a real thing. It doesn't excuse him at all, but it will help you understand what you're dealing with and how to handle it. Would you marry this guy after this? I'm not sure I would. I'm almost sure he either doesn't have a job anymore or he got himself a vacation. You can't just not check your laptop or work phone for 2 weeks and still keep your job. After a couple of days of missing work without giving you a reason, they either try to get in touch with you through other means or fire you directly. Yeah, but he's probably too busy gaming to notice. I agree with the other people commenting $8,000 for a gaming PC is too much. Like, literally, how they cost that much? That's a lot. That's a lot of freaking money, man. So he took your money. He didn't tell you he was taking your money. He told you that he was going to pay it back, but isn't working to pay it back. And he's treating you like a waitress? Call it off, babe. Let's call the whole thing off. To the ladies in this video, listen, I know we all love love. We love love in this house, but we also love self-love. Okay? Never forget that. Subscribe!